大家好，欢迎来到雅思阅读原文提前读系列。这里的文章和剑桥真题里的文章不同，在这个系列中，你会提前读到现在考试中还有很高几率遇到的文章，提前读过文章，对这些文章有一定的了解。当你在考试中遇到时，会极大的帮助到你的速度和做题准确度。那我们现在开始吧。
The world's first wild algae biodiesel, produced in New Zealand by Aqua Bionomic Corporation, was a successful test driven in Wellington by the Minister for Energy and Climate Change Issues, David Parker. In front of a crowd of invited guests, media and members of the public, the minister filled up a diesel-powered Land Rover with Aqua B5 blend biodiesel, and then drove the car around the forecourt of Parliament buildings in central Wellington. Green Party co-leader, Jeanette Fitzsimons, was also on board. Marlborough-based Aqua announced in May 2006 that it had produced the world's first biodiesel derived from wild microalgae sourced from local sewage ponds. We believe we are the first company in the world to test drive a car powered by wild algae-based biodiesel. This will come as a surprise to some international biodiesel industry people who believe that this breakthrough is still years away, explains Aqua spokesperson Barry Lay. A bunch of inventive Kiwis, and an Aussie, have developed this fuel in just over a year, he comments. This is a huge opportunity for New Zealand and a great credit to the team of people who saw the potential in this technology from day one. Biodiesel based on algae could eventually become a sustainable, low-cost, cleaner-burning fuel alternative for New Zealand, powering family cars, trucks, buses and boats. It can also be used for other purposes such as heating or distributed electricity generation. There is now a global demand for billions of liters of biodiesel per year. Algae are also readily available and produced in huge volumes in nutrient-rich waste streams such as at the setting ponds of Effluent Management System, EMS. It is a renewable indigenous resource ideally suited to the production of fuel and other useful byproducts. The breakthrough comes after technology startup, Aqua agreed to undertake a pilot with Marlborough District Council late last year to extract algae from the settling ponds of its CMS based in Blenheim. By removing the main contaminant to use as a fuel feedback, Aqua is also helping clean up the council's water discharge, a process known as bioremediation. Dairy farmers, and many food processors too, can benefit in similar ways by applying the harvesting technology to their nutrient-rich waste streams. Blended with conventional mineral diesel, biodiesel can run vehicles without the need for vehicle modifications. Fuel derived from algae can also help meet the government B5, 5% blended, target, with the prospect of this increasing over time as biofuel production increases. Our next step is to increase capacity to produce 1 million liters of biodiesel from the Marlborough sewerage ponds over the next year, says Lay. Aqua will launch a prospectus pre-Christmas as the company has already attracted considerable interest from potential investors. The test drive biodiesel was used successfully in a static engine test at Massey University's Wellington campus on Monday, December 11. Today algae are used by humans in many ways, for example, as fertilizers, soil conditioners and livestock feed. Aquatic and microscopic species are cultured in clear tanks or ponds and are either harvested or used to treat effluents pumped through the ponds. Agriculture on a large scale is an important type of aquaculture in some places. Naturally growing seaweeds are an important source of food, especially in Asia. They provide many vitamins including A, B, B2, B6, niacin and C, and are rich in iodine, potassium, iron, magnesium and calcium. In addition, commercially cultivated microalgae, including both algae and cyanobacteria, are marketed as nutritional supplements, such as spirulina, chlorella and the vitamin C supplement, Daniela, high in beta-carotene. Algae are national foods of many nations. China consumes more than 70 species, including fat choy, a cyanobacterium considered a vegetable, Japan, over 20 species. The natural pigments produced by algae can be used as an alternative to chemical dyes and coloring agents. Algae are the simplest plant organisms that convert sunlight and carbon dioxide in the air around up into stored energy through the well-understood process of photosynthesis. Algae are rich in lipids and other combustible elements, and Aquaflow is developing technology that will allow these elements to be extracted in a cost-effective way. The proposed is the subjects of a provisional patent. Although algae are good at taking most of the nutrients out of sewage, too much algae can taint the water and make it smell. So, councils have to find a way of cleaning up the excess algae in their sewerage outflows and then either dispose of it or find alternative uses for it. And that's where Aquaflow comes in. Unlike some biofuels which require crops to be specially grown and thereby compete for land use with food production, and use other scarce resources of fuel, chemicals and fertilizer, the source for algae-based biodiesel already exists extensively, and the process produces a sustainable net energy gain by capturing free solar energy from the sun.
恭喜你体验完了一篇考试可能遇到的文章。如果你喜欢这个系列，请订阅并点击小铃铛，我会周期性的更新这个系列。我们的网课有超级的折扣，单科只需要18.99块，全科才要49.98块，而且全部都是无限制的播放。OK， 没有30天，没有90天，无限制的播放。已经有好几百的同学学习过了。所以千载难逢的机会，如果你正在备考雅思，或者你正准备要备考雅思的话，不要再犹豫，点击下方链接，现在呢就学起来。